Excuse me. Howdy ho, y'all. What is up? It's your boy. And we're here with the would have been 4 p.m. It's actually the 5:20 p.m. 5:10, I guess, because we started practice about 10 minutes ago. Here we are. The 5:10 p.m. qualifying squad. Should have been 4 p.m. It's about 5:10 when we started, so we late. We late. We've been running late. Been about an hour late on all of the squads. Base God. Is it based? Yeah, based God Joey. Did I miss the cut? LOL. Well, yes, I did. By a lot. Your boy had a rough go. He did. Last two games were good. They just took an incredible amount. And I'm just not very good. Meridianville Jeff, my buddy. What's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? Hope everything's good. I hope all is well with you, Jeff. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, it looks like we got a bunch of people into the chat here over on Facebook land. Appreciate you tuning in. Nick Rees with a flat 10 action. I'm pretty sure y'all tuning in earlier. Sorry, it's gone. Not only do I, felt the itch to bowl again. What's up, D Fresh? What's up, brother? Felt the itch to bowl again, but I do find it beneficial to call the action after having bowled on the pattern. I do have the second mic set up, so we should see an appearance from my brother Kendall. And he can give you kind of a rundown of what he saw. Because he fared a lot better than I did. A lot better. I bowled with Gio. Gio struggled a little bit. He bowling again. He's right here in front of us with Lizzie Reese. And she's going to go through the face in 36910. A lot of that. Let's see where we stand. Cut score currently is minus 44. Hard to tell if that's going to go up or down. We're going to see. Hoskins, we called it. He's your leader. He's your leader by 31 pins. Hornberger, Clay Reese. Those guys all were in my top 10. And we got Bagaro, Steve K. So that's at 5. 5 of my top 10 are in the top 6. Kendall, Josh Link, that's 7. Lopez, that's 8. And then I had Gio, who's out. What else did I have? Who else did I have? Gio and who? Besides, obviously, myself. Hopefully, y'all understood that was a joke. A lot of people who don't take it as such. Who else was it that I had? I'm missing 2. One of them is Gio. Oh, Dallas. Dallas is currently in the cut. He's in 20th. I think he is bowling again, try to get away from that cut line. Looking for in a pair here, 12 pairs. So about 48 bowlers. We were sitting at 75 entries. So we're going to be at, what is that, 75 plus 50 is 125 minus 2, so 122, 123. Solid turnout. A lot of money at stake. Kenzie here ate all my nuggies. Ate all my nuggies. Now I'm sad. No more nuggies for me. Lizzie's going to miss that pin right. You can have both on, I mean, technically. But yeah, the Bama, Georgia. What's the score of that game? It was pretty close. Gee, with mixing strike. What's the score of old Bama, Georgia? A couple times. Just took too much. And we're not your nuggies. We're our nuggies. That was agreed upon prior to purchasing them. Huh? What? Think Iowa can do it, Robbie? Think Iowa can pull it off? Well, show me the score, goddammit. What the hell? Thank you. 24-38 with 7 minutes left in the fourth, huh? When's the Iowa game start? So we get 50 of you in the chat. We'll bring on Kendall. Have him give us a rundown. Bam up 14. Thank you, Andy. So we have 50 of you over on Facebook, or on YouTube, sorry. The Harbaughs, huh? Who's Iowa? Michigan. That'd be an upset. What were the odds on that? You're about half an hour. What are the odds on that, Robin? Well, I guess plus 1,100, right? Yeah, that's a tough win. It's a tough win for Iowa. That'd shake up the CFP, though. OKC, right? Well, not OKC, but Oklahoma already lost. They're out. That shook things up. Oklahoma, who'd they play? I just looked at this. Damn it. Plus, oh, you got a parlay going? Or is it just plus 375? That's pretty crazy, Meg. Hope the best for you. Wish I could set something up for bowling. Do some bowling bangs. Park, what's up, brother? Brother Park's in the chat. Park's Yangon. See what you got to say today, brother. Park says, the two-handed handshake shot. When you follow the slew, try shaking hands in the shape of a hand when standing cross to face 10-pin. At this time, the angle of the middle ring finger is about 45 degrees, and aim the 10-pin into the pocket. There's your dude Park dropping a knowledge bomb here. This is what Park said. Oh yeah. Well, Park fucks. I tried and failed miserably to apply what Park had told me. Didn't work out very good. So my apologies, Park. You got Kendall here. Just hit the on switch there, bud. You got to talk into her. You don't talk into her, it doesn't pick it up.
Hello, Championship Bowling fans.
So, Kendall, what did you see in your squad? What are we seeing right now?
So the biggest thing, and I think Chayton's covered it quite well, it's no big secret, is, this bowling center, it's pair-to-pair is the biggest thing here. It's, we're talking 1 through, 11 and 12 to how completely different it is to 13 and 14 to 23 and 24. Like, the building is so different.
And for the people at home, the last squad, the first squad this morning, they did not use the low end. They didn't use the low end at all, but they oiled it. They oiled the low end, didn't use it, so it sat for from about 7:30 this morning until we bowled at 1 o'clock.
Right.
So that thing, it was totally different.
And that's exactly what I felt. I mean, I started with 180 game. Unfortunately, opening in the 10th, and game 2 I shoot 280. And
shot 280? What the hell?
I know.
What?
Shoot 280 game 2. And I had pretty much a whole lane. I had left, I had right. I was nice and soft,
holy
rolling
shit.
it as much as I wanted to. And then again, open in 10th, unfortunately, again for 180 game. So I'll go 180, 280, 180. And I switched to low end the next game. And the first shot off my hand felt like I was pretty good. I missed the headpin left. So that was an immediate sign of the difference in the high end to the low end.
Gio and I started on the low end. And we were on the left gutter game 1.
Yeah.
Just trying to find some hold. We bowled 15, 16 next game, and the ball hit the 10-pin. Gio's ball missed the head pin completely.
To the right, yeah. And that's just the big thing is obviously you're playing the pattern, you're playing the transition, but you're also just really playing the side of the house. And the big dictation is what side of the house you get at what time. And, a lot of the guys, Sean Hornberger, he bowled a phenomenal set, but at the same time, he caught that high end later in the day. And him and Clay Reese, they caught the high end at the end of the day, and they were able to take advantage of it and put up some good scores. So that's a really big dictation of this tournament. And then again, they do a great job here. They put out a good pattern. It's 30 mils, so that helps. With as much traffic there.
Does it though? Like, I feel like it hooks more this weekend than it did 2 weekends ago. Am I tripping?
Unfortunately, I have to disagree because I feel that the immediate hook isn't as drastic as it was 2 weekends ago.
No?
I do feel that it's still, the hook is still outrageous, but oh my God, my ball barely went to the right isn't as drastic as it was 2 weekends ago. So it's still pretty unique. Again, you guys are watching this and we're bowling 30 mils and the ball still is hooking like it's 22 mils. You know what I mean? So, definitely magnifies that hook spot. But it's the biggest thing is just pair to pair, man, and where you can. And Chayton even mentioned a few times 2 weekends ago. 15 and 16 is just absolutely incredible. 15 hooks, at least, 10 to 12 more than 16. And that's just another big tidbit about this house. There's at least 3 pairs off the top of my head that does that, where they're 10 to 12 different. So it's a great center for that. It just tells you that shot making is a premium, knowing the pairs is a premium, and making sure that when you catch a good pair, take advantage of it, and knowing that if you do approach a pair that might not be the best, do your best to grind out 190 202 team if you can.
Yeah, I think,
and that's just a big thing about this tournament.
That's it's not spread thin. It's 40 feet. I mean, 30 mil isn't spread thin when it's only 40 feet. That's a normal amount of volume on a 40-foot pattern. If you're doing 30 mils, even on 45 feet, isn't. Usually when you see some of those patterns that are 45 feet, they're like 25 mils.
Right.
They bring that, but 40 feet and 30 mils is pretty much basic. I mean, that's pretty standard for most.
In today's standards, yeah. I mean, if we're talking back in 2014, 2015, when we saw 30 mils, we were like, whoa, that's quite a bit. Let's make sure we oversurface. But now we're in 2021 where, yeah, we're looking at 29, 30 mils. That's like you said yourself. That's a great point. I mean, 29 and 30 mils is a standard nowadays, and that's a big information about this center. We're balling on 30 mils, and it still hooks as much as it does. And that's just truly, a lot of people watching, keeping in mind that, if you put this pattern down in maybe your home center or a slicker center, it's probably going to pay a lot tighter as compared to here. So when you're approaching, when you look at that lane graph, when you look at that tournament information, not only do you want to look at the pattern you're bowling on, but, look at the center. How old is the lane surface? Where are the dials? Are dials on the one board? Are the dials on the two board? Is a gutter going to hook? Yeah. Those are the things you have to kind of know or ask going into that tournament.
That's the next level. Like, there's understanding the lane graph and reading it. And then there's the next level of success is taking notes on every pair and understanding how the lane surface, because I feel like at this point, the lane surface and topography are a bigger impact to where you're going to play on the lane than just the pattern itself. So it's one thing to understand what the pattern's doing, but that's why Alex bowls so good here. Because he knows every single pair, no matter what the pattern plays like, he knows where to play each pair. And
he plays the pair, and that's exactly it. You made a great point there. I think if you bowl on 45 feet or you bowl on 35 feet, he's going to know what that pair does, and he's going to play the pair, not necessarily the pattern. And that's really that's where you go anywhere really in the country, but especially at centers as sensitive like it is here. You're playing the tendencies you see here. Yep. And yeah, Alex grew up out here, and not to mention he is a phenomenal player. Makes his spares. Yeah. He thinks in a way that's very, very mathematical, and that helps him as well. So I don't want to take away from the skill set whatsoever. But
of course not. No.
But yeah, knowing he pretty much has it's like being a golfer and playing your home course, and the undulation of the greens, and where to hit it on the fairway to get good angles into the pins. It's exactly that. He has literally a yardage book of this center.
Yeah, he does.
Of how it's going to break down, and
most pros do too. Like on the tour, people are going to have either mental notes. I mean, Tom Doherty, right? He won that tournament. I don't remember what tournament, and it was home center, and that's got to be something.
I mean, that's what you call taking full advantage of your surroundings. You can't take a bit away from them. Yes, you still had to throw the shots, but it is a little bit of hometown feel. And not only do you know the center, do you know the lanes, but the comfortability is unmeasurable.
Yeah,
and that's the part that is another advantage outside of just knowing the lane. Is that I'm comfortable here. I know. How they slide. I know, where to move, how to feel. It's just that's another aspect to it as well.
You just trust it better.
Yeah.
Your swing's just so much looser because you start to trust. Like Gio right now, and he's struggled a couple times now in this center. And you just kind of can tell from his swing he doesn't trust his ball reaction.
Yeah.
And that's why he leaves the 1-2-4 like this sometimes.
Correct.
So
and Giorgio, again, another phenomenal player. And, a lot of time, players fall into tendencies. And Giorgio is he's a softer player. He's very familiar with touch. I mean, as far as, being able to manipulate the bowling ball, is not many players in the Northwest that can do it better than him. And, getting soft and being able to do things that most players can't do is really his strong suit. But when you get in a center like this where they just hook a lot, this might be where you see a little bit more of a struggle for him because they just hook a lot. And
I think that is a testament to Alex because he also he's a softer player.
Correct.
And still dominates. I mean, you got Clay, who, is more speed dominant than rev dominant. Nick, who's definitely speed dominant. Right. They made finals appearance. Steve, again, speed dominant. Alex is the only really rev dominant player that has any success. So he's making the shots and he knows what shots to make.
Yeah, so I'm not counting my boy Gio out at all, not one bit. The kid obviously not only going with the physical game, but the mental fortitude is again almost unmeasurable. I mean, the kid he's 30 years old, bowled on a national team in Venezuela. Has bowled on a national championship team in college. So he's been in the moment plenty of times. So
sure.
Not to mention, we can't forget that he went on a pretty good little stretch there. A few months ago, he won the Meritage Open. If I'm butchering that, I do apologize. And again, that field was also stacked. You're looking at Clay, you're looking at Alex. When you had to on a hard pattern in a center he's never seen before.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, a phenomenal ball and phenomenal player. He just kind of got to get himself in the right part of the lane to find success. But again, if I were a betting man, I'd put my net worth on my boy here, making a little run to.
I think he's got a little bit. He's got a plan to attack this pattern. You can just see he's been missing more than I typically see him, and I feel like it's because he just doesn't trust his ball reaction.
So we're back-to-back events now. You have bowled yourself. You bowled at Grand Finals, and now you bowled here at Gate City. You obviously made some changes yourself. You're getting more active in the sport. You're kind of learning your own tricks. Where do you, as you transition to two-handed now, you're almost a year in, not fully. What are you now kind of experiencing and seeing as you bowl in these tougher events?
This is the comfort level. Like, I'm comfortable at league, and I'm not comfortable here. And it shows that in both times I bowled, my start bowling better near the end of the block, even when technically would be harder for me. I'm just able to get comfortable and start throwing better shots. Where in the beginning, it's just all over the place. So that was we had a discussion on the chat. And the chat, if you have questions for Ken, we'll throw them down there. We'll answer them. So if you have any questions.
If you got bowling balls, again, like Jay and I both work for Storm, so obviously we know a decent amount about equipment and physical game. And
please.
Feel free to throw some questions out. I'm here for the long haul. Chayden's done a phenomenal job with championship bowling and in the stream here. We're very appreciative for him kind of giving us a platform to display our talents. Again, being here in the Northwest, it's kind of tucked away a little bit when we're out here in Pocatello, Idaho, but he gives us a platform to display our skill and our talents, and we're so thankful for that. And anything we can do to kind of give back to the services,
I appreciate it.
We really can. So throw in the questions. We love to
sure.
kind of do what we can.
Yeah. To end off though, we had a discussion earlier about the two-handed stuff, and it can be an advantage, I guess. Put that in quotations, because anybody can choose to throw the ball two-handed, but it's not an easy transition. I'll tell you what. You're going to be pretty bad for a while when you start, especially when you get hard, because you're just not going to trust yourself and throw good shots. So, if you think that it's just all of a sudden easier, if it was that much easier and it'd be that much better, I just don't know why you wouldn't. Like if you're in that camp of I hate two-hander bowlers because it's just unfair, then do it. No one's saying you can't. You're just choosing not to.
Right.
Okay. So Dave Slager wants to know what balls you used.
That's a great question. I did bowl on Friday in the little sweeper that we had, and I took full advantage of it, trying to throw what I can. So I did throw a few balls there, and I had a little bit of a game plan coming into the tournament coming into today. And I threw quite a few balls in practice, to say the least.
Yeah, let's go into it. What was your game plan, and what makes you change your game plan? What do you see that is like, all right, we need to move off of what we're doing here and move on to something different?
For sure, yeah. So we're bowling on 30 mils. It's 1.8 to 1, so pretty flat. So obviously going into the fresh, you want to make sure that you can get out the gate somewhat decently. You just don't want to put yourself in a hole at all. So the question is, how can I blend the fresh as much as I can to get out the gate decently so I don't put myself in a hole? So I did commit to, the smoothest balls that I had. And I put an IQ2 on the rack. I put an Idol on the rack. I put a Zen Master on the rack. And I put a pitch black and a fast pitch and a UC3 as well. So as you can see, I put a few balls out there. And I ended up committing to throwing a IQ2 on the left lane. And I threw a UC3, which that ball is incredible. It's unbelievable what that ball has been able to do for us on the right lane. And like I said, if I don't open in 10th there, I shoot 2-0, which is kind of my goal. I shot 181, which again kind of got me in a good spot. So like I said, IQ Tour and UC3. And I went to game 2, like I said, the big 280 game. I ended up just really throwing IQ Tour the last 5 games. Again, with the pattern as flat as this and as tough as it can be pair to pair, I don't think it's much more of a staple in the storm line than IQ Tour. That ball kind of gives you the most predictability. It's going to give you the most consistent, look on the lane, and I really was leaning towards that quite a bit going into all those pairs.
To that is that's what Alex has been throwing. That's what Alex is leading this tournament with is that as an IQ Tour, and he won the grand finals with an IQ Tour.
Yep.
So just a little footnote to that.
There was a stretch of about 2 games where myself, Alex Hoskins, KT Simpson, and 2 other players I can't think of right now were all throwing IQ Tours, and we shot, some pretty big games, in that middle set. So, it's not a surprise to me that ball's in play. It's been in play for, 7 years, and there's a reason for that. And so, yeah, that's what I threw. If I needed the ball change, I did add in a UC2 if I needed to, kind of in the background. And then I had an idle just in case the pairs did hook more. So, again, if you're bowling on tougher stuff, man, you want to just manage the pocket. You want to keep yourself out of trouble. And there's a few balls out there that allow you to do that a little bit more effortlessly. And IQ Tours, Idols, Axioms, Zen Masters are just going to give you control. And if you can pop out a few big ones here and there, take full advantage of them. But he was looking for predictability and control there, and that's what I kind of went for.
Predictability and control. Okay, so what did you shoot? Shot 2-0, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 180. Okay, so you shoot 181. That was down here on...
That was on...
17-18? Yeah, it was on 17-18.
17-18, yeah.
What did you move? 21?
17-18, I go 21-22.
Okay. What did you throw first game?
So, UC threw on the right lane, IQ Tour on the left lane.
All right, so you changed lanes, and so this is that next level shit that I'm talking about, right? And that's why Kendall is in the number and I'm not. So, this is that next level stuff. Kendall, you get 2 shots on it. You get a shot on each lane, right? But after that, at that point, you should be lined up. So, first ball on 21-22. What did you see? Do you remember?
So, going to 21-22, I know this. Again, the few times I have bowled here, knowing the difference in the pairs, I knew the pair was a pretty good one. I was going to hook just a touch more than 17-18, but not a lot. So I did get lucky and trip a 4-pin on 22. Go at 21. I wrapped in for the second shot. And I'm like, okay, it looks like I got a little bit of room left and right. And, really learning off of grand finals 2 weeks ago, there was countless times, and this is bowler frustration here. There was countless times 2 weekends ago that I went 3-bagger, disaster. 3-bagger, 4-9, 3-bagger, 3-6-10, 3-bagger, 3-6-7-10. So going into that mindset this weekend, I knew I'm like, if I have it, I'm going to make sure I cheat one every frame. So like I said, ring 10 on left lane. I throw one really good on the right lane, and I stone 9, and a messenger hits it. So I'm like, okay, this is the moment I'm talking about. This is where I need to chase.
Let's define cheat one. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's a great point. Thank you for that. And as a bowler, you start to just talk and forget that there's certain terms that people need to explain out. Yeah, so when I say cheat one, it's staying ahead of the transition. Instead of waiting for a ball to 9-pin and waiting for a ball to 4-pin, I stay ahead of that before it wants to.
So this is that next level shit right here. This is another one of that next level shit.
So I ended up moving a half a board to about a board every frame to stay ahead of the move because I didn't want to be behind it. And it ended up working on that pair, and really in game 3, I shot 188 again with an unfortunate opening in the 10th with the 4-9 there. Did the same thing in that pair. You just, if you have it in this center, you want to cheat a little bit and stay ahead of it because if you're behind it, it could really seek disaster. I'm talking 4-9s, 3-6-7-10s, and going into that game, I knew that I'm like, I got something pretty special here, and this is another thing I've learned from a lot of the better players, a lot of like the Chris Prathers and things like that of the world is if you get to a pair and you're like, I've got the nut, you need to get max score from there. And after I struck in the 4th frame, I'm like, this is the pair where you kind of got the nut. And I just moved 1 to about 1.5 every frame, and I got
What ball were you using?
IQ Tour.
Oh, did
IQ
you say
Tour.
that? Did I miss that?
Yeah, earlier, but
IQ Tour. Yep. So again, that's like 4 of 5 of that next level stuff that I've been.
But it changes, and this is again where as a player, I still need to get better at that. Is I switched sides of the building to I think it was 5 and 6, and the ball immediately hooks off my hand. I miss a headpin left off of what I was doing on the high side. So your mindset is, wow, I've got the nut. I can shoot 280 here. To wow, like I need to grind, and I think that's where the Hoskins of the world and Kloempkens of the world and guys that do that so well are able to flip that mindset and know that, okay, yeah, sure, I just shot 280, but now like this pair is going to give me 210 at the most, and let me get what I can out of it. Yeah. And that's one thing to keep in mind, for everyone is the bowling is obviously a physical sport to the point where, yeah, you're bowling and you're using your body, but it's such a large mindset as well. So where if you're able to flip your mindset to know that, okay, I'm not going to shoot 280 on this pair, and it's okay, you can get the 210, and that's a huge score because that pair is not going to lean towards 280. It's just not.
It's a lot like golf. Like if any of those golf fans out there, the hardest hole on the course,
right?
Like you just have to understand that your score relative to what the rest of the field plays on that hole,
right?
Like you're not. If you make par on the hardest hole in the course, you have to understand that was a good hole.
Phenomenal point. Your mindset going into a 450-yard par 5, right, which is a pretty short par 5 in relevancy, is going to be completely different to a 210-yard par 3.
Yep.
210-yard par 3, you're going to try to just, if you can get a par there, that's a big score. Right, we've got 450-yard par 5. That's an eagle hole, at least a birdie hole for sure. So if you have the same mindset going in both of those holes, that's where you're going to maybe get yourself in some trouble. And that's where, from an execution standpoint, it's not going to be different, but the mindset standpoint, it frees you up a little bit and makes you just feel more confident as you approach more shots.
Probably the biggest thing from talking to everybody, to the high-level guys, I've talked to you and Alex and Gio and KT and everybody, the high-level guys and women that have a lot of success, and some of the guys maybe that don't have a lot of success. Maybe they have a lot of success at league, but they don't have necessarily a ton of success out here on these harder patterns. Is that mindset where they're like, wow, they're really hard. I just threw a really bad game this one, and they just assume that maybe they bowled bad, right? And maybe that's a little bit of it, but I just think your expectations were incorrect because you don't quite grasp the concept that not all of these pairs are the same. And
right.
It's not even like they're a little bit different. They're like drastically different from one another. And one of them has the ability to score on it is you could shoot 280, and another one, if you shoot 210, it was a really good game. So I think they get down on themselves. They think they're bowling bad. They try to make all these different adjustments, and they're all wrong. And then they carry that on to the next set of pair, and then it's completely different, and they're still trying to do that same thing, thinking they bowled just terrible on the previous pair. So
yeah, absolutely. When you get to a certain point, I mean, you're not all of a sudden just bowling bad. Mm-hmm. If you shoot, let's not make it as drastic as a 280. Let's say you shoot, 240 on a pair, and all of a sudden you start the next game and you go 6-3, 7-1, strike, 8 spare, 9 spare. Over the span of 12 minutes, you didn't start throwing it bad all of a sudden. Yeah. So look at, and this is where, I'm a big component of, watching your ball through the pins and watching every aspect you can, because your ball is going to tell you what's going on. That's going to be your big telltale sign of what you're seeing. And again, it's like when I jumped the side of the center. I went 280, 180, 202, 206. Those 202 and 206 games, I might have struck maybe 4 times in those games. But if I all of a sudden, I'm throwing it bad, I'm not that good, those 202 and 206 games could have easily been 180 and 160. And I'm not sitting here talking to you right now. I'm most likely bowling again.
Right.
So, that comes with really 2 things. One of just experiencing that, but 2, it comes with such a large amount of trust level within yourself to know your game and know your confidence that you know what you're seeing. And, that's an immeasurable aspect of the game that really only you and you only can develop.
Yep.
You know, and again, I think, we're bringing up Giorgio. Giorgio, again, is he's made his presence known in this part of the country quickly. You know, he's been here now a year and 2 months, and he's made his presence known quickly. And I think right now he's fighting or battling that mental toughness it takes to grind through an event like this, and that's what you guys are seeing right now is him working through that.
Yeah.
And that's what separates those guys from the guys that are really good and those guys who are elite. It's truly a mindset, because when you look at the Prathers, the Vies, the Francois Lavois, you know, they all are phenomenal. Tommy Jones, I mean, they're all extremely talented.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if you throw, you know, Steve Kloempken in there, who could have easily had a phenomenal PBA career if he decided to go that route, it's just how they perceive the situation or the lack thereof situation, because they don't make it more than what it is. That's something that you can't teach. You just have to go and kind of learn it and make it known that you want to put more precedence towards that.
Right.
And that's when you really develop as a player outside of bowling balls, outside of physical changes. Your just mindset going in will make you, you know, steps above the field because of those aspects.
Yeah, that's what they talk about, that bowling is 80% mental and 20% physical.
That's kind of the fun part. You know, I met a friend of mine, a new group I met a few weekends ago. You know, and it's just funny, and I'm sure you face this as well, Chayton. There. But what do you do? What's your thing? Well, I'm actually a bowler. You're a bowler. What does that mean? Like, and you tell them, yeah, I bowl, and I bowl tournaments, and I make money at it, and this and that. But I had a funny question that someone asked me that I never got asked before, and they were like, well, what's your favorite part about bowling? And I was like, so before I answer that, before I answer my part, what's your favorite part about bowling?
That's a good question. Yeah, I get this a lot, and like what distinguishes bowling from other sports for me. And like I said, it's not the most physically demanding sport. It's very technical,
right?
A lot like golf is, but
skillful.
Yeah, a lot of skill involved. The biggest difference though is like, is just the amount of like unknown, right? He's like, and I think as Jason said this once, it's like if you were to play golf and you had no idea what the hole looked like. You just went to the next hole and didn't know how long it was. You didn't know where the water was, where the sand was, nothing. You're just out there, and you have a swing at it, and then you get to find out once you go look at your ball. So there's infinite amount of variables, and you have to make decisions that check off enough variables to go ahead and shoot a decent score. And even then, you could bowl, and we've done this, and the USPC's done this. You have a robot throwing the ball, and you're just not gonna be perfect every time. There's just simply no way, no matter what, to be perfect in this game. And you're just constantly battling that. And it's a mental grind. You have to have a very superior mental game in order to accept that and be successful consistently.
But I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly where, that's exactly how I answer the same question. My favorite part about bowling is, it's not the most physical demanding, and there's parts where, when you get the weekends like Thunder Egg, for example, where you get 25, 30 games in a weekend, that does wear on you, but the more or less is, it's the mental grind and being able to fight through that and find success through that. And obviously, when you have success, you've obviously gone through some struggle, you've gone through some pain, and being able to dissect the struggle and grow from that as a player, that part is really, it's unmeasurable. And that's where my favorite part about bowling is, because you have to work through all the struggles. You have to work through the grinding. You have to work through the part that's maybe not the most fun. And then when you are able to find success, you're like, I did that. Yep. I made that happen. And that just feeds into the workplace. That feeds into your relationships with your spouse. That feeds into relationships with your friends, because you've grown personally as a person, because you've worked through so much of being an athlete in this sport. That's my favorite part about bowling.
Yeah, and I think even beyond that, is you work through all of that grind, and you are successful. There's going to be times where you do it all correct, just like in life. Do everything just right, and it still doesn't work out. Like you still wrap a 10 pin, you still stone a 9, something happens, and especially in those situations like Alex had, where he's got 3 strikes, he's either in or out, and kind of comes down to that. And that time it worked out, but there's been numerous amounts of times where it didn't. He didn't roll that 10 pin, or he stoned a 9 pin somewhere, and it just didn't work out. He did everything right. The correct ball was in his hand. He threw it just how he wanted to, and it just didn't work out. And the amount of times that happens in bowling is significantly more, I feel like, than any other sport.
Couldn't agree more.
So you have to really develop ways to cope with being very good and not being successful sometimes. And that's life. That's life, man. You're going to make all the right decisions and do all the right things, and you're just sometimes it doesn't work out. And this helps you develop ways to manage that.
And again, if it was that way, then you'd have the same 4 to 5 people went on tour every week. Mm-hmm. You really would.
You would.
And, I think that's what makes it so great is that's what makes the tour so fine-tuned is that, it really falls down to sometimes a ring 10, a stone 9, a factor out of their control that they can't do anything about.
Yep.
That's how really good those guys can really be mentally. And that's what separates the ones that's like, they bowled – 500 events or 200 events and they've never won is just that mindset going into the moment and being able to process it and just really being able to trust yourself.
Yeah, that's why it's like some of those seasons like Kyle just had are special, man, because it's hard to win that many times and have consistent success in this game. Alex is one of the best bowlers in this area and won just last 2 weekends ago and had been just unlucky break after unlucky break.
Right. That's a phenomenal point. I mean, my man has made 5 step ladders in a row, 6 step ladders in a row, and has a 1 win. And that's not because of bad bowling. That's not because of a bad mental game. That's truly just, the break's going your way, or the break's going the other person's way, or what the pair started to do and it fell into what he does best. Totally.
And in that roll, he rolled a 10 pin late in that game against Bergaro. Like he had control of the match, but if he doesn't roll that 10 pin and Bergaro strikes out, this is a totally different conversation.
Totally different match.
And he just catches the break when he needed it.
I was actually driving home because I think I finished 6th or 7th that weekend. I was driving home and he rolled that 10 pin and I gave a little fist pump driving home for my man because it's nice to see him win. I mean, I've been working with Alex for 4 years now, and to see him day in and day out just grind away at his game and at the sport, I mean, the kids come up with, so much transcending things about the sport. So to see him get a break like that, to get what he kind of deserves, it's super good, and I'm happy for him. And it's cool to be able to watch what he's done up close because it is pretty impressive.
It really is.
This is the same kid who's made 2 master shows. And again, even from that, the kid had a phenomenal run in match play and made 2 shows and didn't win one.
Nope.
And arguably had one of the best ball reactions in the building. So again, that just lets you know that you do everything right, still might not fall your way, but you just can't give up.
I got Zombo Weenies here. He wants to know what's the best ball to get for medium to heavy oil.
Oh man, there's this, we're very fortunate, Chayton. We're a part of a brand that just makes countless, good
Zombo,
bowling
get
balls.
out of here with that stuff, man. See what he says here? God damn it, Bobby.
It's okay. We just gotta learn something,
We gotta learn.
Gotta get learned a little bit.
Weenie.
And it sounds a little bit loaded. I don't mean for it to, but we're just in a good spot right now. We come out with so many good bowling balls in that range.
Yeah.
But it's so style based, man. It's so style based on what you're gonna do between, usually there's a difference in like Giorgio and I to Chayton. Chayton's gonna be the really super speed dominant, rev dominant player. Giorgio's gonna be the slower, the rev dominant guy, and I'm gonna be the speed dominant person. And we're all gonna throw different balls in that kind of in that area. Personally, if I'm gonna lean on a few different ones, as of right now, I think that, Idle Helios early on has been great for us, and we always had a 900 with it recently. That ball's been really, really good. The phase twos, you can't go anywhere without one of those. I mean, I think that's kind of a staple, but really my number one go-to in medium to heavy, is going to be Reality. My Reality, is on the rack really at every time I go to the 10-minute practice session. Mm-hmm. You can build a bag around it. It gives you length. It gives you predictability. It gives you mid lane. And it's not much better than that when it comes to asymmetry and predictability. So if I had to say one ball you spend your money on, I'd go Reality, but there's just so much.
It's good. It's a good point. Pitch Black is a good ball. Medium heavy oil. That's the issue with that description of an oil pattern, medium heavy, because a short pattern could have a lot of volume. You have 35 mils and 35 feet. It's going to be pretty heavy. But the urethane is a tool, just like any other ball, and it's a tool to control the amount of friction on the lane. So it's a little bit niche sometimes when you use that tool for some people. So if you're just, you're normal, matched up, just you're bowling a house shot, I would suggest going with like a Reality, something reactive. It's going to be much, much more versatile than Pitch Black will be on the pattern shooting ball. Now, if you're going to go to a tournament, I wouldn't go to any tournament without a urethane ball.
Right.
If you're just bowling on house shots, Reality's a good piece.
For everybody in the chat right now, I do have a question for you. So you are in the chat. Get ready to go ahead and type in. Obviously, we have different styles. We have different hands. We have so many different bowlers out there. What is your current go-to ball in league? Everybody has that ball that fits the best. It rolls the best. If you're in trouble, you can go to this. For everybody in the chat, what is your current go-to ball? And if you want to give a small description why as well, feel free. But what is your go-to ball right now in league?
Phase 3, Biker Alexander. Got a lot of answers.
A lot of answers.
A lot of answers. Start at the top. Phase 3 for Biker. Jeff DeVore loves his Axiom for medium heavy. That's a good medium heavy oil ball. Zachary Lansing, the Synergy. That was a good ball.
Great choice there.
Joseph, Dark Code. Nice. Franco, the old IQ Tour. Yeah, I don't think Alex will let that go away. IMO. Lynn likes the matchup Black Pearl. NSP Racing Videos. You race there, NSP? Get in touch, brother. Code Black, cool. Steven Williams. Steven had my back in the two-handed debate. He likes the Zen Ball. Zen Ball is good.
Zen Ball real good.
Well, in the challenge shot in Lehigh, 28 feet and 10 mils. What the hell? That sounds like a mix. Sounds like a mix. That's what I was throwing. Shot 2-0 with it. Logan says the Purple Ham Ski. Hack. D-Fresh says the Hammer Obsession Tour at 3K. Tomato Watto. What the hell? Look at his profile picture. What the fuck is that?
Tomato Watto.
He says the Reality blends the wet dry and it allows me to keep my speed up. Yeah,
Another great point about that ball for sure. Yeah, that's a good one.
I see that probably the most in league, right? Guys call in and they're like, my ball's hooking a little too much, or it's a lot of over-under. Over-under is fought with surface, and reality has a very good surface for blending out the wet-dry. So if you're finding that your ball is over-reading on when you miss right and not reading at all when you miss left, you're not using enough surface.
Which is really contrary to most belief.
I know.
And people don't think of that.
Nope.
They think they want to go a lot weaker.
Yep.
And try to do that.
It keeps getting worse. Like
It magnifies it.
Yep. I hear that a lot. And when I'm like, let's just sand your ball, I get this like silence on the phone for 2 seconds. You're like, oh, okay. And this is the best thing about it, is that you can change the surface whenever you want, right? You can change it right back if you didn't like it. So very easy to change surface. Highly overlooked. It's not, I'm going to tell you this right now, layout is not going to change your over-under.
Right.
If you have, unless we're going to super extremes, you're probably happily you over-under no matter what layout you have. So surface it is.
Yep.
Winner Pearl, okay. Trend 2 is a good ball. Is the Trend 2 a good ball? Is the Trend 2 a good ball, Kendall?
Big fan. A big fan. That light density core we did on that, a big fan personally. I think that when we get balls in that upper line that's just shiny, obviously the fear is overhooking or being too skid flippy because of that core, that modification we did to that core. As you know, it's piston LD. So we took the best parts of Trend and modified it to really give you more performance. And I personally love it. I went to Texas, which I love bowling in Texas. I don't know if many of you know that, but good things happen for me in Texas. And I averaged about 235, 240 with it, and it just gave me left, it gave me right. It blended the pattern, but also gave you shape. And that's what I think a lot of people look for, is if you get a ball that really continues down lane a lot, you want it to also blend. And that's what Trend 2 does uniquely, is it blends a lane, but also gives you continuation. And
I think that's where Zen does a very good job for a pro ball.
Absolutely.
Pattern. Zombo Weenie asks, would the Helios Idol be a good ball for a house shot?
You know what, Zombo Weenie, I'm glad you brought that up. I was actually just having a conversation with a storm staffer out of Memphis. His name is Gary Faulkner Jr. He won the world championship a few years ago. He just drilled one, and we were actually chatting about, what he feels that's going to be, when it's going to be good for him, and when it's going to be good for me as well. And we literally just said wet, dry house shots, or house shots all it's going to be when that ball is going to look the best. So I think early on, because of that cover stock chemistry, it's a newer type cover that we've done. I think it's going to be great for that. I think it's going to be really, really good for house shots. I don't bowl on a house shot often enough to really give you experience from it, because my league is on a sports shot. I bowl tournaments on a sports shot, so I can't say from first experience, but a lot of bowls I have seen, there's no secret. There's a reason why the gentleman, I think he was from Michigan, don't misquote me there, I'm sorry, he shot 900 with that ball. That's it, because it's good for house and it's good for blending the wet draw on the house shot. So to your question, I do think that.
My pop says he likes to pitch purple.
What's up, Pop? What's up, Papa Peterson?
Mina says the Obsession Tour and Dark Code. Ricky Macbeth says the Phase 3 is money.
Hey, Ricky, you are goated, my friend. The Phase 3 is definitely one of the most gorgeous balls in line, but also does roll phenomenally. Yeah,
Kendall's made a decent amount of money with Phase 3. Actually, my 2-0 against Steve, same ball, Phase 3. So, beats a Hall of Famer. If you're bowling a Hall of Famer, pull out Phase 3, they'll lose every time. Hustle HYB. Halo Pearl pinned down for league. Phase 3 pinned down, a little surface for tournaments. Yeah, that was my Phase 3, pinned down, a little surface. And Rusty Harper says...
Rusty Harper. He's from Atlanta.
You know him? Oh.
So nice to see you, sir. Rusty Harper, actually, his son just shot 800 with the Hustle Wine. So big congrats to him.
Hustle Wine.
Big congrats to him.
That's cool. Rusty Harper. Cool. Well, Kendall, I think we're going to take a quick break. We should have a scoring update here soon. Well, you're always welcome. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, thank you, Shane, for what you do, man. Like I said, thank you for giving us a platform to show the great bowling that happens out this way. And, we do anything we can to support. You guys out there watching, please share it. Chayton puts on countless hours to give us this stream. Countless, equipment. If you guys see the setup my man has out here, it's next level. He's got 3 monitors, a TV. He's got the whole thing. So if you guys could just give him a like, give him a share. There's so many phenomenal bowlers out here that the world doesn't get to see, and my man here is able to display that. So a big thank you to him. If you guys don't mind, give my man a big thank you in the chat for what he does. He comes out here on his own dime, and his wonderful girlfriend Ken's as well, is able to help us. So if you don't mind in the chat, give my man a big thank you for what he does, because he's displaying all these talents that we have out this way. And it's a pleasure to have been on here, and I thank you guys for the time. And as always, you guys blow up a storm, and we'll definitely see you soon.
All right, so scoring update. I appreciate y'all. I hope that was some really good information, right? And I'm going to reiterate this. Because stepping back from bowling, I was one of those hacks that didn't really know his head from his ass too. So, hey, we are one. It wasn't until stepping back here that I really see the stark differences between those 10 or 20 elite level bowlers that are continuously finding themselves in cuts and the guys who aren't. And it is that mental side of the game, those next level shit that I'm talking about. It's the note taking. These guys are taking notes. I promise you, they are taking notes on every pair they bowl. The good guys are taking notes on every pair they bowl, and they understand that when they get to that pair, it is going to be different, right? And they understand that pair is not a pair that you're going to shoot 240 on, and they run away with 190. They change their ball reaction. Alex is the best at this, and he changes his ball to fit the scoring pace. So if it's going to be low, he eliminates splits and just throws a ball that hook stops and hits that head pin, and if he 10 pins, so be it. So this is that next level. Like, if you want to make cuts, if you want to make a cut, you're going to have to obviously bowl well. That you make a cut, it's probably because you bowled pretty good. Now, if you want to continuously make cuts and bowl for titles, it's that next level you've got to take where mentally you're prepared for it. You're making the adjustments quick enough. You're only taking 2 shots to figure out what that pair is doing. So you obviously have a solid physical game. But, and this is no knock to Alex, but it's not like that's the prettiest physical game you're ever going to see. It's very unique, but he gets the job done and he repeats shots. And that's 20% of the battle, because the other 80% is what he's better than anybody at, and it's picking the ball. What camera would you like, Hellfighter? Which one? Is there a person you're looking for? Anyway, that's where we're at. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah, I'm going to take a break here, Hellfighter. So if you let me know which one, 2, or 3, that's 2, and there's 3. Which one you like? Let me know. I'll stick it there while I take a break. But I just wanted to reiterate what Kendall was saying. That is what you really have to understand about this game. 3 and 4. What the hell? Man, well, I'm going to take a break, so which one do you want? Who do you want to see? There you go, bang. Right there on 2. All right. This is those guys on the high end of the high end are in their 3rd game still. These are 4th games. And actually, before I go, we just were on one, Hellfighter. Get out of here. Yeah, hold at me next cam, please, and we're on cam 1. You dingle. Thank you, Jason. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Well, we're on 2 now. All right, I got you. Don't worry. Bruh, I'm trying to... Where's the scores at here? We have some, but not all. I have some people with 1 score in, and some people with 2. And this is game 3. I thought we were in game 4. Maybe this is only game 3. Okay, those guys over there on the low end are still in game 2. This is game 3. I think we just got some more scores in. So currently Alex still leads at 176. Guys who are new, Josh Link is bowling again. He's got himself in the cut, and he's plus 58. Currently goes 279, 179. So part of the Century Club with Kendall. Michael Sager plus 29. Bailey Bishop plus 20. Wacia Lopez plus 15. Tim Knighting plus 13. Tied with David Laris plus 13. Tyler Norris is at plus 10, but he don't have his second game, and so is Daniel Knighting. Cricket Lopez in currently at even. Minus 6 is currently your score, but I just don't have the rest of the scores. So. I'm waiting. Once I have these scores, I need to take a break and get me a little drinky poo. Have me a drinky poo and a little Jell-O shot. And I needed that. Okay, I'm waiting. There's a Jay Knighting, Daniel Knighting, Tim Knighting. Oh, there's a bunch of Knightings. All right. Well, I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. There's your scores. Currently cut as minus 6. What did I have it at? Minus 7. Well, it's definitely not going to be minus 7. So we'll just put it minus 6. As it stands, I don't have any updated scores. Once I do, I'll be back. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. That was some really cool stuff. Darren Tang ain't here, brother. Unfortunately, I wish Darren was here. That'd be lit. That'd be litty titty. But no, Darren Tang, unfortunately, is not here, else we'd be all over. So, I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to tell you this. So, one, there's 94 people watching, 10 likes. We can fix that. I'm sure you guys are aware how to do that. What I want to tell you is I fixed all the links in our description. So if you want to support us further, send down a super chat if you'd like. Helps us out a ton. Also, go over to Patreon, subscribe to our Patreon, buy us some merch. All of that helps us, so we can bring you more tournaments and better quality. Sorry, Hellfighter, I know. I should have told you he was here. He's just going to be here, so I could keep you a little longer. But I ain't like that. I don't try to swindle people. So yeah, unfortunately, he's not here. Hopefully, the Utah Open will have some professionals. That is the 14th through 16th of January, which we'll be bringing you. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit like, hit the bell icon so you know when we go live. I'll be right back. Thanks, guys. Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that. Hey, Joey. Park Seong-gon is a cool guy. He fucks, all right? Leave him alone. $100. $100 per squad is the entry fee. I'm trying to find scores here. It's all messed up. This should be now game 4. Yeah, I see a couple re-entries as well. Josh Link is in there twice currently. Dietz was doing a pretty good job of making sure the re-entries had been taken care of. But apparently not. So, where were we? What's it over here? This is Link and Winslow. Josh Link having a little bit of a rougher game here, 15-16. As we know, is one of the worst pairs in the house. Messenger, no. Oh, man, 7-10. As soon as I say that. Link 7-10s. All right. Like I don't have 3 games for Knighting. Anyway, Daniel Knighting is plus 37. Josh Link is plus 35. Tim Knighting plus 24. Michael Sager plus 21. Tyler Norris plus 9. Cricket minus 3. Pat minus 4. Dave Martinich and Junior Lopez minus 6. And Josh Groves, your cut man, at minus 8. Minus 8 currently. I'm sure that's going to change. I just don't have scores. Scores are kind of all over the place for this squad. Games are all over the place. Like, is that? I'm assuming that's right there is the beginning of game 4 on 13 and 14. Find our social media manager. Yeah, minus 8 current cut. I'm gonna wait to change it, but I just don't know when I'm gonna get scores in. All right, Josh Link. That's to the face. It looks like there's a little bit less friction in this squad as there was the previous squads. Leading Alex Hoskins, Hellfighter. Alex Hoskins is currently your leader. Let's see if they updated scores yet. Not because I don't have game 3 for Knighting, Daniel. I don't have game 3 for Tyler Norris. Don't have game 3 for Donovan Sloop. Don't have game 3 for Chase Loosh. Don't have game 3 for Daniel Karin and Jane Knighting. Do I have game 3 for Scott Shimmy? Do I have game 3 for Zach Trevino? Jeremiah Rooney. So a lot of guys we just don't have. Ooh, Tommy Krosky having an awful set. He had it both actually pretty good. And this set is a new goo for him. Because there's 2 guys in the cut. Josh Link is duplicated. but he is still bowling. So, I mean, they're not obviously going to take him out until he's done bowling. 22 to the finals, 1 woman senior and 1 idiot. That's explained in the ticker. The idiot is bowler. Bowled at least 3 squads. Top 3 squads are taken. And the bowler with a top score after 3 squads, with 3 squads, will be the idiot, because they're dumbasses for bowling this more than fucking twice. Just kidding. I've been there. I have been the idiot in time before. Okay. So, no. Still don't have scores for Daniel Knighting. Is he the only one, though? No, Donovan Sloan. He's the only one in the cut currently. They only have 2 scores for, and that keeps the cut score at -8. Could go to -10, depending on what Knighting shot. But, I mean, he was plus 37, so you'd have to have a catastrophic game to drop him out of the cut line. Definitely playing harder, though. Or slicker, at least. There's less friction to throw to. That doesn't necessarily mean there's less friction in the middle part of the lane, but there is definitely less friction down lane. They're just playing tighter and tighter. What's my man Gio doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. I wanted to control F, and I didn't click that. Joel Cleanus. That's not good. Ooh, tied for he shot 169. They haven't updated his scores. Oh. Joel Cleanus. Oh, he's in 70th currently, goes 169, 156, 173. Gio's really struggling. He's really struggling. What are you doing? Do not yell. Yeah. Yes, you are, Shane. Come out and bowl. If you win, money goes to your scholarship account. I believe. It's a good question. All over the Northwest. We're in Pocatello, Idaho right now. You head on over to scratchbowlers.com. That's where all the scheduling is and where they will be. Our next tournament we'll be at is the Storm Utah Open Big Giant Tournament. I'd suggest, Shane, if you can make it to Roy, Utah, just north of Salt Lake, that's a tournament you want to go to. Steve K. A lot of good bowlers. A lot of money up at stake. $70 entry. There you go, buddy. Utah Open, 14th through 16th at Spare Time Lanes in Roy. No. Yeah. Scratchbowlers.com. Head over to scratchbowlers.com. Oh. Just had a camera die there. Sorry. I'm going to go fix that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, your boy's back. What up? Do they have scores yet? Okay. We do. Goodness gracious. Cut score's still -8. But looks like Josh Link. Where's the second Josh Link? So technically, I guess the score is -10. That's Tyler Norris currently. So let's update that. Josh Link is duplicated in the current cut. So Hoskins still. Let's just go. So your top 10 are all guys who've already bowled. And that's Hoskins, Hornberger, Reese, Woods, Bergaro, Kloempken, Krosky, Tommy Krosky, Kinney, Kendall Miles, Josh Link. Okay. Tim Knighting currently +24. Tyler Lopez +21. Michael Sager +21 with Tim Knighting. However, Michael Sager is new. Tyler Lopez is from a previous squad. Eric Bywater from previous squad. Tyler Norris is currently inside the cut lineup +4. Daniel Knighting +3. Pat Laris has his 4th game in. So we've got guys with 4 games. This is game 5. Penultimate game of this qualifying squad. Josh Link, number 2, is in at -5. It goes 279, 179, 177, 160. So it's getting harder for him. And Donovan Sloan, -8. And Tyler Norris, well, he's in again, right? Isn't Norris currently in? So technically that would be Wasey. He's at -10 also. Wasey's not in. That is your cut. That's your 22. I don't have anything on an Idiot or the Lady Senior. So that would be Junior Lopez right now. Brendan Schaefer currently out at -18. That cut score's got to go down, I think. Yeah, you should come, Shane. Now, you go to scratchbowlers.com. Scratchbowlers.com is to find all this information. So I'd head on there. They got the flyer for the tournament, and under tournamentbowl.com, get yourself signed up for a squad. Could be in there right now. Let's check. Let's go to tournamentbowl.com. Head over to tournaments upcoming. Control F's 2022 Storm Utah Open. And we have quite a fair amount of guys signed up already. You got Craig Wright, Reesinger, Anthony Rose, Michael Beardson. Oh, this is Baker doubles. Currently, we have Michael Beardson, Jeff Carlos, Tyler Norris, Brandon Smith, Scott Kilgore, and then guys Billy Bell for the Swiss Trios. Yeah, just a bunch of Swiss Trios. So not a ton of people signed up yet, but you can enter on tournamentbowl.com. I would do that. This is Chris, correct. Well, so there's 3. There's a 199 and under division. So if you're averaging under 199, you bowl in your separate division, and they take a tournament-wide cut from that. So definitely, if you're in that 199 and under, bowl it. If you don't know, the Storm Utah Open is synonymous with being probably the hardest pattern you'll ever bowl on. So averages will not be high. Typically -5 something is the cut typically. The hollering. What is happening right now? An issue here on lane 18. Once we got up in front of us. Yeah, Shane, let's see what he said. Yeah, that's on house shots, though. So if you're under 199, I would come out and try because there's a separate division for it. The cut scores, like 520, typically in that division. So do it. Come out, try your hand. It's a big tournament. You'll meet a lot of people, a lot of really good people in the bowling industry, and you'll have a lot of fun. So I would highly suggest you come bowl the Storm Utah Open. All right. We got to play a little game. No one hit the t-shirt, last 2 weeks ago with the guessing who win in margin of victory. This is game 5? This is game 4. I have game 4 scores, so I'm so confused as to which game it is. I only have a few, though, so I don't know if they just are way ahead. Nope. I have more game 4 scores. This has got to be game 5 right here. Right? Right? I don't know. It's super hard to tell. Back here to the middle. I'm doing that, sorry. That's where Josh Link is. Link's got to be quarter of the way through this game. He's through 4, so this has to be this is his 5th game right here. This has got to be his 5th game. Currently has not been bowling good. So, yeah, current cut's still minus 10. Gotta find somebody that's a fresh game. The next couple games. Try to give away a t-shirt. Try that in the final game. When we get to game 6, we'll see if we can get a freshie up in front of us. And we can try to choose the exact skewer he will throw. And give away a t-shirt. Anybody, that sound good with everybody? Game 6, we'll find somebody. In Winslow. Trips the 4-7-10. Right there on stream. Whalen lane 20. Needs a few big ones. Likes that one. Got it. So, Let me know in the chat if you guys want to play. Game 6. We'll find somebody, and you guys guess the exact score. We'll give away a T-shirt. You got to stay here for Game 6, though, to win. And I'll choose the person at random. Let me know in the comments. Y'all want to play again? Nobody got us. Nobody hit it. We got to give away a T-shirt. So let me know in the comments. Are you guys down to play? Are you ready? Boom, boom. Let me know. Ooh-wee. Well, you boys, tie. I know, Dina. Deneen. Boy, it's a big tie. It's been a long day, man. We've been here a long time. Whalen on a double. Sit. Shim. Oh, it does a 4-6. Ouch. What a buzzkill. What a buzzkill. Man, scores were really good up until now. Now they're all over the place. And I'm not really sure why. What's going on, man? Yeah, anytime. Look at the black backpack. Not really. Gotta charge the phone ski here. Hold up, wait a minute. That. What we? 12%. Where are the scores? They're not updating for me. Anybody else having issues updating scores? Because I don't have Michael Sager, Tyler Norris, Daniel Knighting, Donovan Sloan, Scott Shimming, Zach Jensen, Chad Patton, Chase Lewis, Jack Trevino, Daniel Cowan, AJ Wilkin, Giorgio Clinas, Rakib, Junior Knighting, Jeremiah Rooney, Tommy Krosky. So Tommy goes 136, 122, 202. Bit himself in a large hole. He's in, though. Lizzie Reese not having a good day. Nick Reese also not having a good day. But Tommy is currently in the cut in the number. Plus 66, 110 off the cut, off the leader. So he's not too far off. I'm surprised he bowled because he's for sure in. No one needs to bowl himself in, but Tommy's in. Like he's not falling out. Went 215, 28, 87, 38, 238, 234, 16. Wow, it do be chilly as soon as they open that door up. The Northwest Tour. Utah Open. Make sure you guys bowl that. There's a lot of money. $75, $70 entry, and typically a 3 extra money, 210 typically, to just make the cut. And the format is much like the grand finals were, where you make the finals, you bowl 3 games, cut half the field. Continue on until there's a 3, 4, or 5 left for the step ladder. Whelan goes double, open, open. Wrap 10. Ouch. Josh Link there, open, up. Folks, if you haven't already, go ahead and like the video. And if you want, there's a little dollar sign at the bottom of the chat. You can always donate. It helps us out a lot. Also, if you purchase one of our 10-back baby t-shirts, helps us out a ton when you purchase those merch items. Or just, subscribe to Patreon. That's all linked in the descriptions of all these videos. It would help us out a lot if you helped us. Obviously, it would help us. If you subscribe to those things, help us out. Nolan Krosky, ball looks pretty good. And it is 10 back. Josh Link up on a strike. Could use a good game. RSTX2 mixer, no. The 410 was standing late, and 4-pin drops. The 10 doesn't. An interesting leave for how that ball hit the head pin. Not think the 410 would have been even close to being withstood. I still don't have Michael Sager. I don't know what's going on with the scores. What the? Okay, so we're going to have a fresh set. I'm going to keep my eye out, and then we're going to play that game. Hey, Rob, what? Warren. Yes, sir, I am. Deneen. I'm going to see who's going to be up. And then I'm going to pick, and then you guys are going to choose exactly what their score is going to be. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. It's just being like a big gap between games. These guys are in game 6. Everybody else is on game 5. So everything's just kind of a mess right now. We're not going to do these guys. I'm waiting for these middle pairs to come so that we can give away a t-shirt. You got to guess it right, though. Not close. It's got to be on the money. But we're going to keep it here. Watch Josh Link pull. All right, we're doing T-Nor. T-Nor's coming up for his 6th game. We're going to do Tyler Norris. I need to know by his third frame. Tyler Norris's third frame. He's going to be right here in the middle. I don't know what lane he's going to be on. Damn it, he just turned back. Tyler Norris, though, he's going to be the guy. We'll give you scores what Tyler Norris has thrown so far. Norris went 210, 199, 195, 190, or 173. So we're going to go off of what Tyler Norris shoots. Currently minus 16 is the number. Actually, it's minus 18 is the number. Will you refresh those pages? Minus 18 is the number currently. Tyler Norris shot 174 his 5th game. So he goes 210, 99, 95, 73, 74. It's currently minus 49. Tyler Norris, we're going to go off of what he has. I believe he'll be on 19 and 20. Yep, he'll be on 19 and 20. So, by his third frame, I need to know what you think he'll score. The exact score. You got 187, 213, and 198. By his third frame, I need to know what you guys say he's going to bowl. Okay, Tyler Norris. Did he go yet? Which bowler is he? Is he 2? I think he's 2. It's third frame. I'll use your most recent. Your most recent. So if you change it, because you can try to change it if you want. I mean, I don't even know necessarily have to, but if you change it, I'll use your latest one for the third frame. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 entries so far. Exact score. Tyler Norris throws. T-shirt. Anybody over here in Facebook? Terry, you think he's going to shoot a 48? That's awful. He ain't going to shoot that. You disqualified. He's going to shoot 48. What kind of BS is that? Waiting for Donovan Sloan. He went 186, 186, 220, 256. Waiting for his 5th game. He's in the number currently. Well, Jay Nining, the two-hander. Release. Yeah, he's the only one I really need. Daniel Nighting, but he's down there pretty far. 51 off the number. Lush, 73 off the number. Trevino, 79 off the number. And then at that point, they must just be behind. Is Link in there twice? Link there. This is Josh Link. Hoskins. It was Link. Yeah, Link is currently in there twice, plus 10. He was plus 26 on his original squad, currently plus 10. So Derek Birch at minus 20 is the number. To 1 from Linda. Dan says 191. So you have till the third frame to tell me his score for that game. Luke, 211. All right, 211 for Tara. Nora, his second frame. Crosses over. Brooklyn got it. All right, you got one more frame. We got one more frame from Tyler Norris, lane 19. My buddy Giorgio, he needs a big game. He's on 15-16. So bad draw there. Sloan shoots 174. So the cut score is Tim Knighting at minus 20. Josh Link got to plus 28. Proves it a little bit. So we have a tie for 22nd. Because he is a duplicate. And he is... That's Tim Knighting at minus 20. Michael Sager's 1 off the number. A.J. Kelly's 5 off the number. Lopez, 7 off the number. Cricket Lopez. Damon Winslow, 37 off the number. The cut score's kind of going up a little bit. It's gone up, like significant. Norris has got one more frame. He's up. He's going to be up. Lane 2. You guys, lane 20. Moments. So 221 for Luke. I see. 203, John Whitaker. You get him in. Get him in. He's up on the right lane. 212, 201 for Bob Tattoo Artist. Says 212. Get them in. We got about like 2 minutes left. He's taking his time to throw a shot. Yeah, anymore. Going once. Twice. Going thrice. We're getting there. The 77 India got like 8 answers. You guys want to win a t-shirt? Get in the comments right now. We got about 5 seconds to do it. Blake says 193. Dwayne says 197. I'll let you till he finishes this frame. So if he strikes here, it's over. You're done. If he strikes, it's over. Tim the Fat Man. Oh, you might have been Tim the Fat Man. I like that one. 201. So he's got a spare he can shoot. He's got a couple more, like a minute left, 30 seconds. He can change it to 195. Cheater. Unork, 215, he says. All right. Tick-tock, it's coming down. Norris about to step up. Norris at the spare. You got about 5 seconds to add in another one. And boom, over. Cut it off. Unork, last one. No. Paul, I'll let you come in. That probably was delayed. So 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 30 seconds. I'll let Paul slide there. and Tara. All right. Votes are in. It's got to be the exact number. Can't be one off. You have to guess his exact skewer. Oh, it's a sports shot, Unork. 40 feet. It's in the ticker. 40 feet. 1-9 to 1. 30 mils. 29.6 mils. Hey, man, where y'all at? From the woodwork. I said third frame, man. I had to cut it off at Unork. Or no, Paul Palmer was the last one to get their entry in. Yeah, just a custom pattern they made for the tournament. TournamentBowl.com. I'll link it. TournamentBowl.com. There you go. Click that link. Takes you right to it. You are welcome, Bob. Welcome. Tim Knighting. Actually, it's Michael Sager. Or did they take out? They must have. I think they've taken out the dupe. Yeah, they took out the dupe. And so it is Tim Knighting minus 20. Currently the number. Tim Knighting is currently the number. Sloan's in there from this squad. Only 1, 2, 3, 4 guys from this squad currently in the number. Michael Sager just outside looking in. One off the number. Good game here, and he can jump Tim Knighting. Sloan liked that one, so he's got a good game going. Yeah, he goes strike, spare, double. Norris is about to step up here on the left lane of 19 after shimming's done. Yeah, Donovan is looking pretty good. Making a run. Making a run. My man Giorgio's doobie over here with Lizzie Reese. I don't see any big games, though, happening on 15-16, and haven't really seen a big game anytime I've been here on 15 and 16, to be honest with you. This is what her mom did. Are you laughing? Bang! 10 back there on 15. That's a good shot. Michael Sager with an opportunity to get himself in. Could use a good ball here. Mixer. Nope. Crumbles half the bucket out. And that'll bring Lizzie up. Michael Sager cleans up the spare. I have the cut score minus 20. They do. Lizzie needs to hook a lot. It's not gonna. Back over here. Norris just spared. He'll be up in just a moment. Donovan Sloan. Ooh, facing is going to split. Norris goes to the face. Got the spare. He'll make it. So, if he were to punch out, where would he be? Back over here, see Giorgio's shot. The crowd begins to gather in front of the scoring stand. Not much action around the cut number, though. Not a lot of guys from this squad are honestly that close. Looks like the cut has dropped as somebody did not have a good last game. Not sure who that was. Giorgio goes looking, and Giorgio's having a rough go. He's not happy with his game at the moment, clearly. His performance is showing that. And he just looks frustrated. He's got to figure a few things out, and I don't know if that's a practice thing or what, but definitely not all there. So currently now, Michael Sager's in, minus 21. Good shot there in 15. Shimming's over. We go to T-Nor. So Norris has got a 105 in the 6th frame, a spare in the 7th. Going into the 8th frame. See what he's got here. Yep. Thank you. So the ball is through the face, and an opportunity to make another spare here. At the spare has 127 now, and he'll miss it. So Norris has 132 in the 8th frame. If he punches, he'd shoot 192 if he punches out. So let's see what the scores are. I have a 192. I got a 193. So 201's out. Tim the Fat Man, unfortunately. Munork, you're out. Sorry, buddy. Blake, you're out. Bob, unfortunately, you're out. Linda's out. Dan could make it, and Silent Monkey can make it. Deneen, you're out. Ryan's out, and Aaron is in. And that's kind of it. Unfortunately, with that open there, Norris has ended your guys' roll. Tara, 195, yeah, you're out. Dwayne, you're out. Phil, you're out. 92 is the number. 203 for Whitaker, 221. Yeah, everybody on Facebook land is out. There's only a few left over on YouTube land. And that is Paul, 188. Dan, 191, and Silent Monkey, 184. And it's going to be pretty, and Aaron at 187. So all of you guys are he's going to have to strike this next frame or else you guys are out. Norris needs a strike here for all of you guys. Got it. Oh, Mixer. Y'all fiending still. Y'all fiending still. Silent Monkey, the Black Widow Ghost. I'm not too familiar with that ball, unfortunately. Have you updated the... All right, I'm back. Tyler Norris stepping up in his 10th frame. He's on a strike. What can he max? He's 192. That's no good for some of you. That's no good for everybody. No one's got 192. Rob Warren. I don't know who that is. Norris. Oh, flat 10. So what can he shoot at? 52, 62. You can shoot 72. Is that right? Is everybody out? That flat 10. Yeah, 52, 62. You can shoot 172. Do I have a 170 in here? Nope. 87 was the lowest, I think. Over Facebook land. Anybody else got that? 21. Nope. Ah, man, we can't give away a T-shirt, man. Cannot give away a T-shirt. Some bitch. I'm a little frustrated no one guessed the score of Tyler Norris, but it do be that way sometimes. Right. Too late. Too late. So, we'll be back tomorrow for some more of that. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. If I could gotten down to minus 25, somebody fell out. Who was it? Tim 90? I'm not sure. It's falling down to minus 20. There's going to be so many people bowling this squad. Lo siento to everybody. Thank you for playing, though. Appreciate you. Excuse me. The participation in the chat. Always good to see. So that's going to be it. This is the last pair that's bowling. These guys were the latest. And the cut has gone down just a little bit. Sits at minus 25. Alf, the first one out at minus 2 out back from the number. Keith McGregor, 3 back from the number. Very toit. Very toit. Trevino crosses over. So who could possibly fall out is the question. Well, Michael Sager could, depending on what he shot. David Loris could. He shot 236 his fifth game, but that doesn't mean he couldn't have shot. It's catastrophically bad. That would have let Alf in. Alf currently is in as he is the lady senior out of the cut, so he would be in. Brenda Schaefer is in. Dave Martinez, Steve Kloempken, and Sean Hornberg are all in date lady seniors. Loosh high on the head pin. 4-pin. The Hoblo Ghost did win that one. He whispered, "Nope, Monty, got to be on the number, baby." Then they went. There's no consolation prizes at championship only. You're not a champion. You're a consolation champion. You either get it on the money or you don't get it at all. We just gave it to the closest person. We'd be giving out T-shirts. I need you guys to buy the T-shirts too. Loosh, almost had been left. And it do get chilly when they open that damn door over there. As the noise level starts to raise, as guys are finishing up their squad. Donovan Sloan. What's Donovan got? Donovan's got a couple strikes here. Could use a couple more. Likes it. High in the head pin. Can't trip the 4. Cannot trip the 4. Sloan makes a spare. A couple splits plagued in throughout that game. So updated Scud score should be here momentarily. Thank you all for playing. We've got one more squads left. Fucking Jesus, can start at 9:30. We're going to be here forever. I'm not sure if I'm going to honestly stay here for that. That's a tough send for me, personally. I wish I could control this remotely from, like, my hotel bedroom. That would be lit. Someone know how to do that? Remotely control my PC. I guess there'd be software to do that, right? But I don't have that software downloaded on my PC yet. Well, it's like your IT people at your work can remote into your computer and do stuff. All right, one more shot of this 4 p.m. Would have been 4 p.m. Ended up being about 5:10 p.m. squad. Took 3 hours and 30 minutes to bowl. So I had 3 hours and 20 minutes to the 9 p.m. squad, and that's where we'll be at. More scores. Nothing yet. Nothing. All right, well, that's it. I'm just waiting on scores now. We can give you an updated cut score list. Well, right, still nothing here. Well, we almost got them all. The only score we're waiting on now is Michael Sager, which could bump Alf in the cut score to -27. But nothing up top, nothing new. For Josh Link, it moves up 2 pins, +28. Tyler Lopez in +21. So first is Alex Hoskins at 176. Sean Hornberger second, +145. Clay Rees, +128. David Woods, 96. Nick Magarro's in fifth, +91. Steve Kloempken at +87. Tommy Krosky at 66. Andy Kinney at 64. Kendall Miles at 35. And Josh Link is at 10th, +28. Tyler Lopez at +21. Eric Bywater and Donovan Sloan tied for 12th at +12, ironically. Pat Laris, 14th, +6. Dave Martinich, senior, -6. He's at 15th. David Loris, -7. Josh Groves, -8. Tyler Norris, -10. Brenda Schaefer, -18. Derek Birch, -20. Now, this is where things get sticky. Oh, it's in. Just update. Thank you. Michael Sager shot 160, dropped himself out of the cut. So that puts A.J. Kelly at -25. The cut score currently at -27. Cricket Lopez would be the next senior woman that would be in. And then one idiot, which I don't have information on 100%. And that's where we sit. All right, before we take a break while they're doing this, all right, Michael Sager, Alf Lopez is in -27. We knew that, right? I talked about that. Okay. And then it is top 12 versus bottom 12. We have a tie in 12 currently. Eric Bywater, Donovan Sloan. So I don't know who highest game, 56. So it would probably be Sloan. I don't know 100%. That could potentially change. But currently, there's a tie at 12. We're going to be taking, obviously, a long break. So stay tuned. Go and do what you got to do. It's getting late. We'll be here late. It's going to be late. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Well, not right back. We'll be back here in a minute when they're done oiling. So enjoy some tunes from String Beats. Thanks, guys.